As we navigate the complexities of life, it's natural to wonder where true strength and guidance come from. In many cases, people turn to external sources for comfort and reassurance. However, Scripture encourages us to look within ourselves, not just for answers, but also for solace and peace. This concept is beautifully exemplified in a powerful Bible verse that highlights God's presence within each individual. For she is closer than air, Job 26:7. This verse reminds us that God's presence isn't something we need to search far and wide for. Rather, it's an integral part of who we are. It's a comforting thought to know that we're not alone in our struggles or triumphs. As we explore this idea further, we'll delve into the meaning behind these words and how they can be applied to everyday life. We'll examine what it means for God to be within us and how this understanding can impact our relationships with ourselves and others. Through a deeper dive into this Bible verse, we hope to gain a clearer understanding of God's presence within us and the role it plays in guiding us through life's challenges. Biblical context and key passages. The concept of God being within each individual is not a new idea, but rather one that has been present throughout the Bible. In Job 26:7, it's written, "For she is closer than air," emphasizing God's presence as something intimate and accessible. This theme continues in Isaiah 41:10, where it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you." Here, we see that God's presence is a source of comfort and reassurance, encouraging us to trust in His guidance. A similar message can be found in Psalm 139:7-10, where it says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle in the farthest parts of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast." This passage highlights God's omnipresence and His ability to be with us at all times. These key passages, among others, demonstrate that God's presence within us is a recurring theme in Scripture. They remind us that we don't have to look far or wide for comfort and guidance. It's already available to us as an integral part of who we are. Meaning and key themes in the context of Job 26:7, "For she is closer than air." God's presence within us is not just a feeling or an emotion, but a fundamental aspect of our being. It's what makes us who we are and gives us purpose in life. This concept resonates with the idea that we are not alone in this world. Rather, we're connected to something greater than ourselves. God's presence within us serves as a reminder that we have an inner compass guiding us through life's challenges and uncertainties. The Bible verse also speaks to the idea of intimacy and closeness with God. It suggests that our relationship with Him is not one-sided, but rather a two-way street where we can communicate, listen, and respond to His guidance. One of the key themes of this concept is trust. When we understand that God's presence within us is always available, it becomes easier to trust in His plan for our lives. This trust enables us to move forward with confidence and assurance, even when faced with difficult circumstances. Furthermore, this understanding can help us recognize the voice of God within ourselves, guiding us toward decisions and actions that align with His will. It's a beautiful reminder that we have an inner wisdom available to us at all times. Ultimately, recognizing God's presence within us empowers us to take ownership of our lives and decisions. We become more self-aware, confident in our abilities, and less reliant on external sources for validation and guidance. This concept is not about being selfish or self-centered, but rather about understanding our true nature as beings created in God's image. It encourages us to look within ourselves for answers and guidance, trusting that God's presence will guide us toward making decisions that align with His will. Practical application today. Applying the concept of God being within us to everyday life involves recognizing our own inner strength and resilience. It means tapping into our intuition and listening to that quiet voice within, guiding us through the ups and downs of life. This understanding can also help us navigate relationships more effectively. When we trust in God's presence within ourselves, we become less reactive and more responsive to the needs of those around us. We're better equipped to communicate our boundaries and assert ourselves in a loving and respectful manner. Furthermore, this concept reminds us that our worth and value come from being created in God's image, not from external validation or achievements. It encourages us to cultivate self-compassion and love ourselves just as we are, without condition or expectation. In practical terms, recognizing God's presence within us can manifest in many ways, such as practicing mindfulness and meditation to tune into our inner voice, engaging in self-reflection and journaling to deepen our understanding of ourselves, nurturing relationships built on trust, respect, and open communication. Conclusion. As we've explored the concept of God's presence within us, it's clear that this idea has profound implications for our lives. By recognizing our inner strength and resilience, we can tap into a deep well of trust, confidence, and guidance. This understanding empowers us to take ownership of our decisions, navigate relationships more effectively, and cultivate self-compassion. It reminds us that our worth and value come from being created in God's image, not from external validation or achievements. May we continue to delve deeper into the meaning behind Job 26:7, for she is closer than air. And may this understanding guide us on our journey of faith and self-discovery. As we move forward with confidence and assurance, may we remember that God's presence within us is always available, guiding us toward a life filled with purpose, love, and redemption.